Ooh, I've been waiting for this one. What's going on, everyone? It's David and welcome back to another video. Today, everyone, I'm going to be doing a very anticipated video. This is going to be my Godzilla vs Kong official review. Godzilla vs Kong is the official 4th entry in Legendary Pictures and Warner Brothers Monsterverse, and it was originally set for release in November of 2020. It was originally set for release in March of 2020, only a couple of months after King of the Monsters came out. Then it was pushed back to November, and we all know what happened. Yep. Then it was once again pushed back to May 2021, and then in the middle of January it was pushed forward to March 31st. And this is my full review. I know a lot of people who know me personally have been looking forward to this exact video, because they want to get my exact thoughts on the film. What did I like, what did I didn't like, what did I not like, and this is going to be my full in-depth review. Godzilla vs Kong starts off strongly with, you know, some nice shots of Kong basically just doing his morning routine. One thing I would critique about this movie is definitely the human characters. This movie felt very detached from the rest. It felt very standalone compared to the other Monsterverse movies. You know, with the other Monsterverse movies, at least you had some reoccurring characters. In this one, literally, it was just Madison Russell and Mark Russell. And Mark Russell was really only there for continuity reasons, like just to say that, hey, this is still in the same continuity. The characters were quite bland, but the monster action completely makes up for that. Eventually, we see that Kong is in a containment space. You know, apparently Skull Island's been hit with this massive storm. And we see one of the best scenes in the whole movie after that, Godzilla attacking Apex. I like Junkie XL's new soundtrack, however, someone re-uploaded the original scene with the King of the Monsters soundtrack, and it just sounds so much better. Don't get me wrong, Junkie XL's Godzilla intro is actually growing on me a lot, and I kind of like it now. Eventually, Godzilla destroys Apex, and you see this weird-looking orb sort of thing that's kind of making the same noises as the Orca was making in King of the Monsters, and we'll get to what that is later. Essentially, this movie surrounds completely around Kong. It surrounds Kong and just Kong trying to survive against Godzilla. Godzilla's the villain, and honestly, I love big evil villain Godzilla. I think big evil villain Godzilla is sick. I've liked that I like that he's been more of an anti-hero to the Monsterverse. I've really liked that, but I do like evil Godzilla because that's really going back to his roots, and I love that. Dr. Lin, played by Alex Skarsgård, is approached by Dr. Simmons and Ren Serizawa. Ren Serizawa really, I wish, had a bit more backstory compared to, like, you know, explaining that his father, like, loved Godzilla more than he did, and he wants to take revenge on Godzilla because, you know, that was the result of his father's death, or that was the reason for his father's death, and, you know, his father probably spent more time studying Godzilla than caring for Ren. I think that would have been really, like, a great villain moment. You know, the characters were very 2D, I felt, in this movie. So, you know, they talk a bit about the Hollow Earth, and they talk a bit about Godzilla, and they want a super weapon, and they bring up Kong, and they want to bring Kong to the Hollow Earth to find this new substance that might be able to fight Godzilla and potentially defeat Godzilla. So then the whole process of the Hollow Earth begins, and can I just say, the Hollow Earth in this movie is beautiful. The Hollow Earth is phenomenal. Apparently there's a new King Kong movie coming out. The Monsterverse is continuing, so there might be a new King Kong movie coming out in the next 2-3 years. That's going to be completely Hollow Earth centered. I'm so excited for that. The Hollow Earth is beautiful. The Hollow Earth has plenty of lovely inhabitants, such as these weird crab dudes, the Warbats, which the Kong and Warbat fight is amazing. It's so brutal when Kong smashes his head against the rock, and then he crushes him up. Apparently that's a reference to Jason X. I didn't even know that. And then when he just starts eating his brains, he just starts eating the Warbat's brains. That's so sick. And of course, the best, Titanus Doug. You know, Titanus Doug is the best inhabitant of Hollow Earth, clearly. The whole thing of Kong and Godzilla having an ancient rivalry, I was really interested in that. I hope that's explained in a later movie. I feel like that the Kong movie that's coming up in the Hollow Earth might have a lot to do with their ancient war, and could have some could have a lot of Godzilla related things in that film. I don't think Godzilla is going to be the opponent, like the villain. I do think that there could be something else. There probably could be cooler ways to introduce new kaiju, like Zilla or Baragon or Varan. I think that'd be a cool idea. You get finally to the part where Kong is on the Tasmanian Sea on the aircraft carrier, and you just know, like, as soon as me and my friend Dylan, who we watched this together, as soon as we saw that part, we were like, oh, we know exactly what's coming up. We know what's coming. You know, Gia, who's a great character, by the way. The fact that they cast an actual deaf person to play Gia, I think that was really great. I love the connection that she has with Kong. I think that was really well played out in the movie. That was probably one of the best parts. The best character, definitely. It gives Kong a lot of emotion. That was really good. I think that when Gia puts her hand against the wall and she feels the vibration of Godzilla, that's when me and Dylan just went, like, we knew what was coming. Godzilla's arrival was so suspenseful. It felt like something right out of Jaws. You know, you could only see his dorsal plates coming along. He took the whole, completely smashed through that aircraft carrier fleet, and he was carrying the other one by his tail, exactly like in Jaws when Bruce the shark carries the yellow barrel by his fin. I thought that was phenomenal. That was a great homage to Jaws. And let me tell you that the fight on the aircraft carrier, this one, was phenomenal. It was incredible. It was so good, and the fact that Godzilla was so close to killing Kong, but then the humans intervened, really just shows how powerful Godzilla was. Godzilla and Kong threw some incredible blows, and I think it was a great fight. Later on in the movie, Madison and Bernie, who I cannot remember who's played by, and Joshua, they all go on this mysterious adventure. Bernie is a great character. I feel like he's very well with comic relief. I think him and Gia are the two best characters in the movie, because, you know, Bernie's actually genuinely funny, and it's a very conspiracy theory sort of team. Team Godzilla is all about finding the conspiracy theory with Apex. Team Kong is all about bringing Kong to the Hollow Earth, and that is, I think, a very, you know, it's two storylines at once that merge at the end, and I think that's a great plot. Eventually, when they get to Apex and they find Mecha Godzilla, which we knew was coming since the trailer, but Mecha Godzilla's design was so sick, and the whole part of it being connected to Ghidorah's skull was really smart. I liked that. I loved the skull crawler bit. The skull crawler bit with the massive skull crawler, and when Mecha Godzilla just tore through him with his atomic blast. That was phenomenal. Oh my god, that was insane. That was amazing. That was one of the coolest parts ever. The opening credits to this movie was phenomenal. It showed all the aftermath of King of the Monsters. It showed Godzilla gone on his big rampage. It showed that Godzilla had defeated all the other Titans. He killed off Rodan and Mothra and Ghidorah and Methuselah and Skyla and Behemoth and all the other Titans. And it was only Kong and Godzilla on a collision course, and the title sequence was just phenomenal. Literally, it's the best title sequence out of any title sequence in all of the MonsterVerse. So they find Mechagodzilla, he kills the skull crawler, and it's all, you know, and they find the Ghidorah skull, and then Team Kong are in the Hollow Earth, and this is where the best part of the movie. This is the best part of the movie. When Godzilla comes into Hong Kong, and he gets all like supercharged and everything, and he just shoots his atomic breath right into the core of the earth. Like, that was so, like, oh my, like, congratulations, you are now the most powerful Godzilla incarnation to ever appear in film. What? Godzilla was pissed, and you could see that he was pissed. He was like, the fact that he dug all the way to the Hollow Earth with just his atomic breath to say 1v1 me bro was one of the best parts of the film. And the fact that, you know, it was so simple to see that Dr. Simmons' daughter was going to be evil all along. It was so, like, obvious that, like, the friend who tagged along turned out to be the bad guy. Like, what? They're harnessing the energy to power Mechagodzilla. That was very cliche, and I kind of saw that coming. The Hellhawks were cool as well when they started eating all the people. One of the best parts was when the Dr. Simmons' daughter tried to escape through one of the pods, one of the heaves, one of the like Hollow Earth ships, and Kong just grabs it while they're like almost out. They're like, yes, we're out, and then Kong just grabs it, and then he looks into it with his eyes like, hello, is anyone there? He's like, Gia, is that you? Nah, Gia is fine. And then Kong is such a badass. He just crushes it in his hand without looking. He's just like, psh, and he just wipes it off. That is one of the best scenes in the whole movie. Just crushes it in his hand, just wipes it off. It's fine. Who cares? Kong finding the axe as well is a great moment. Him sitting in the throne, I was like, don't you disrespect the real king of the monsters, boy. You're about to get a whooping. And holy crap, did Kong get a whooping. My god. The Hong Kong fight scenes were absolutely phenomenal. I would not change a thing. Hong Kong was amazing. The lighting, it was at nighttime, but at least it was like Pacific Rim and there was a lot of lighting and you could at least see what was going on. So it was phenomenal. The fight scene in Hong Kong was the best part of the movie, undoubtedly. Of course, Kong and Godzilla apparently, according to source material, fought for 12 hours. 12 whole hours in real time. In the movie it was like 5 minutes, but it was 12 hours in real time. Imagine them fighting for 12 hours. How crazy is that? Of course, there was the homage to the 1962 King Kong vs. Godzilla, where Kong shoves his axe in Godzilla's throat. Of course, that was the homage to King Kong shoving the tree in Godzilla's throat from the 1962 film. That was very cool. Me and Dylan loved to see that, you know, an homage to the old movie. All the great fight scenes, you know, Kong stabbing Godzilla with his atomic breath, with his axe. The whole scene from the trailer where Kong like smashes his axe on Godzilla's head, and there's just the massive explosion. And Godzilla is such a badass. He got up after every single blow, no matter how devastating it was. Godzilla just got obliterated, then just walked back up again and said, alright, let's go, another round, here we go. And eventually Godzilla just went ape crap on Kong. You know, he was walking on all fours and he was scratching his chest, and he was just going berserk on him. He went full on animal. He was sadistic in this film, and I love it. And the best part of the film, undoubtedly, is when Godzilla kills Kong. Godzilla stands on Kong's chest, pounds down his heart with his foot, and they just scream in each other's faces. Like, Godzilla wants Kong to realize that he is the king of the monsters, and Kong's like, no, I want to be. And Godzilla's like, no, yeah, that's what I thought. Of course, Godzilla walks off. Kong is pretty much dead. Godzilla's killed Kong at this point. Kong is dead. Godzilla just walks off. And then, of course, Bernie and Madison and Joshua get caught by Apex, and Walter Simmons has the big talk with them about the whole Mechagodzilla thing. Of course, then Mechagodzilla gets possessed by the soul of Ghidorah, killing Ren Serizawa. And while Walter Simmons is explaining his whole villain plot, Mechagodzilla's just there in the background like, hey boss. And then they're walking backwards, and the such cliche. Walter Simmons looks back and like, oh crap, and Mechagodzilla just smashes the whole thing, just breaking out of the mountain in Hong Kong. And Godzilla's like, oh, what's this now? Godzilla is ready for the smoke, but wow, oh my god, Godzilla gets his ass handed to him on a silver platter. Team Kong need to find a way to revive Kong after Godzilla's killed him. They use one of the heaves to light up Los Angeles or Las Vegas for a week, and they revive Kong. Godzilla and Kong team up, fight Mechagodzilla. Everyone saw that coming. Everyone saw that coming. You know, Kong tears off Mechagodzilla's head. It was phenomenal. Mechagodzilla had boosters and the spinny tail and the beam when him and Godzilla got on the beam lock, and just he obliterated Godzilla. And Godzilla was like, oh bro, that hurted, that real hurted. And he just obliterated Godzilla. And you know, Kong and Godzilla eventually team up and defeat Mechagodzilla. Then everyone has a big reunion in the obliterated floor of Hong Kong, and then Godzilla is ready for another round, and Kong is like, alright, bring it. Here's the ending though. Godzilla looks at Kong and does kind of a put it down motion with his head, like Kong drops the axe, and Godzilla's like, yeah, that's what I freaking thought. Godzilla swims off, Kong goes back to the Hollow Earth, and the movie ends. It was confirmed by Adam Wingard, Godzilla won. My two friends, Josh, Darryl, if you're watching this, Godzilla won. Stop being salty. Okay, Godzilla won. Godzilla won. Just stop being salty. Godzilla won. It was confirmed. Just because Kong is alive does not. So yeah, Godzilla won, and I could not be happier. Overall, Godzilla vs. Kong gets the highest of praises from me. I adore this movie. I love this movie. I'm going to cherish it for the rest of my life. And of course, now that the MonsterVerse is continuing, after a huge campaign to continue the MonsterVerse, we're going to see a King Kong movie come out in the next 2-3 years called Son of Kong. We might see a new Godzilla movie. Hopefully we get the Emma Russell and Alan Jonah storyline from King of the Monsters continued. The whole Apex cybernetics with, mutating genes and stuff. Biolante, Destroyer, that can all be taken from, the Oxygen Destroyer being mutated with Godzilla and Ghidorah, or like Godzilla cells being mutated with Roses, Biolante. There's a lot of potential. Who knows? Maybe someday in the future we'll get Godzilla vs. Gamera. Godzilla vs. Kong overall gets a 8.5 from me, an 85%. That's an A. Godzilla vs. Kong, I love you. I love this movie, and I cannot wait to see what Legendary Warner Brothers does with the MonsterVerse in the future. Godzilla vs. Kong, my favorite movie in the MonsterVerse. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry I didn't upload too much in April. Sorry I didn't upload at all in April. I've been really busy with school. I'm doing a bunch of videos. I have a Minecraft server that I have to launch. I'm doing stuff with the graduation. I am super duper busy. Hopefully I can upload more in May. Please leave a like. Tell me what you thought about Godzilla vs. Kong in the comments. I personally loved it. Favorite movie in the MonsterVerse. One of my favorite movies of all time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you kaiju fans in the next one. Peace out.